Stalag Luft III was one of Germany's largest prisoner-of-war camps. It held flyers from the Allied air forces and was run by the Luftwaffe. Built near the town of Sagan, the location was chosen to be as far away as possible from neutral countries. This was a maximum security camp designed to deter escape, but it wouldn't stop the young flyers from trying to break out. Alan Bryant worked on security during preparations for the Great Escape.
The desire to get out was a very strong one, because you realised this was going to be your prison for an unknown length of time. That's the thing which horrified me more than anything. This is really the end of life, really. The only consolation was that you've got 2,000 other chaps all in the same boat together.
Huts were raised off the ground so that the German guards could spot any tunnelling activity, and they were built away from the perimeter fence, so tunnels would have to be even longer. But this didn't deter tunnellers like Jimmy James, who had already made 10 escape attempts before being moved to Stalag Luft III. He is one of only 7 people left alive who broke out on the night of the Great Escape.
You were not out of the war, you were still fighting for your country, you were in uniform. And although you went in the firing line, it was still your duty to carry the war on as best you could.
In the early days, escapes were spontaneous, random events. Later, men like Walter Morrison became part of a well-organised team planning breakouts.
When I arrived at Stalag Luft III, discipline was almost non-existent, and if you had an idea for escape, you did it. And one scheme would get in the way of another, and both would be discovered.
Things changed with the arrival of Roger Bushell. He had much grander ambitions. His escape plan involved 200 men breaking out on a single night. 3 tunnels were to be dug simultaneously, codenamed Tom, Dick, and Harry. If one were discovered, there would still be the other 2. The tunnels would need to be dug over 300 feet long to get past the perimeter wire and into the forest 20 feet beyond it. It was going to be an enormous effort, and all done under the watchful eyes of the German guards. To avoid being seen underneath the huts, the prisoners cut through the building's supports to start their tunnels. Tom's entrance was in the corner of a dark corridor. Tunnel Harry began under a stove, which was on a tiled base. When the stove was lifted off, the base would slide to one side, revealing the top of the tunnel. Dick started in a washroom, in a drainage sump, which was permanently filled with water from the wash basins. The Germans never found Dick, and the tunnel remains hidden to this day.